What's going on, guys? Mr. Smartwatch here, and I'm here with my friend Patrick Roy, always with a coffee cup in his hand. But we're here to discuss what smartwatches, Android and Apple, could learn from each other and how they could make their products better in the future. So I brought Patrick along because he had the Samsung Galaxy Watch, and now he has an Apple Watch. I still can't believe that happened. But so what are your thoughts, man? Between Samsung and Apple, what do you like? What are your thoughts on both?
I mean, both companies have a lot to learn from each other, and Apple and Samsung are both kind of doing like, oh, we did this. All right, well, Apple's like, we'll do this. Biggest thing that I take away from the Apple Watch is just the sleep tracking. I miss that. My Galaxy Watch I could wear it to bed, and it would know when I'm going to sleep. I wouldn't have to put my watch or phone in any type of like focus mode. It would just know based off my heart rate when I was sleeping. Give me how long I slept, how good did I sleep. I miss that. And I believe the Apple Watch might do that. I don't know. I've never really figured out how to get my Apple Watch to track my sleep. But I just wish Apple would just make it where it'll be able to automatically tell when you're sleeping and just track your sleep. That's the biggest thing. Other than that, I like the Apple Watch. I can't see them improving it much more. I mean, now that they have the blood oxygen sensors now that they're putting on the new ones.
Yeah.
Do we really need that? No.
Not really. And
I mean, I can see why some people might need it, but I mean, for the normal day-to-day, do I need to know my blood oxygen level? No.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I have the Apple Watch SE, and it tells me my steps, my calories burned, tracks workouts, walks, whatever I need it to do. That's all I care about. The only big thing is the sleep for me. But other than that, yeah, I can't say anything bad about the Apple Watch. Battery life is still fantastic since I've had it.
Yeah,
no
I
issues.
think battery life is like the best of the best. They're talking about on the Series 8 having 5-day battery life, and I've already discussed this. I honestly don't think that we need that. Would it really withstand the 5 whole days? Probably not. I mean, it all depends on how the user uses it. Because if you're using all the features, or you're constantly sending and leaving messages, emails, whatever, it's not going to last a whole 5 days.
The only way I think it would last 5 days is if they went like the way of like the Fitbits or the Garmin, where they would take away the ability to type or swipe the text, where they would just have generic responses. I have the Garmin Instinct Tactical, and I love that watch. That's a 2-week battery life. That's 14 days. And it's lasted 2 weeks before I've had to charge it. But with that, there's limitations. You can't respond to texts. Like, text messages pop up on your phone, and I mean on the watch. They're generic responses. Okay, yes, no, call you later, type stuff like that. You can add what you want, like you can edit the generic responses to tailor your life and like what your normal responses would be. Yes, no, sorry, can't do it, call you later, all that stuff.
Right.
But you can't type. It's not a touch screen. It's kind of like as just a normal screen, but it tracks your steps, your sleep, your heart rate, and it still lasts 14 days, which is 2 weeks. But I think how they manage that is just, it like Taylor says, it's all about how you use it.
Right.
If you're going on walks and having it track your mile-long walks, your workouts, it's going to diminish that battery life. And you could probably get like a week out of it without charging it, Or if you're using the GPS, where it'll map your walk. If you're constantly having the GPS work on, where it'll update its location based on where you are. I had no problems with the Garmin Instinct Tactical. That's a a watch that if somebody doesn't want to get an Apple Watch and just wants a watch that'll track your steps and, you know, isn't touchscreen and it's more like a traditional G-Shock, if you're into that, then I would recommend that watch to anybody, because it's military grade standard. But yeah, I enjoy the Garmin Instinct Tacticals line. Well, the Instinct Tactical watch. The only thing is, though, the band gave my wrist a rash. That's the only big thing, which it's a minor setback, but that's a big thing on
something.
me. Yeah. If you're going to wear a watch for especially 14 days without needing to charge it, you know, you want the band to be comfortable.
Right.
And it was comfortable, but after a couple of days, my wrist would itch, and every time I'd take it off to charge it after like a week or whatever, once it starts to die. Well, I never let it fully die, but once it had like 1 bar of battery, I'd throw it on the charger, which is usually after like a week and a half or so, and, you know, my wrist would have a rash. But that's probably just because of the material, you know, which you can get aftermarket bands for it, which ain't no big deal. But.
Right. What would you say is, you know, a good thing or difference from your Samsung watch that you like the most?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, you know, I like each watch in its own respect. You know, I can't say I like one watch more than the other. I like them both equally. But, you know,
To each their own.
To each their own, yeah. I mean, how I look at it is I have an iPhone, so that's why I got the Apple Watch. Because, you know, if I was to use my Samsung watch with the iPhone, which I can do, it's but very limited. You know, like the iPhones have the health app that works with the Apple Watch app and everything.
Yeah.
You know, Galaxy uses the Samsung Health app, so I'd have to download the Samsung Health app, which who knows if that's even iOS compatible. I don't know. I mean, I would assume it might be for the people who use Galaxy watches with iPhone. But
I would love to actually test a Samsung watch with an iPhone and an Apple Watch with a Samsung or any other Android. That would be
a cool
great
video. Yeah, which I heard, like, I think it'll still track steps and stuff. You just have to download the respective apps, you know, like the health app on Android or whatever. And,
right.
Even maybe the Apple Watch app on Samsung, which, I don't know, maybe that's only mapped. Well, no, that can't be only mapped to iOS. But the big thing, what I've heard from people who use an iPhone with a Samsung watch is, they'll get notifications that somebody texted them. They can't respond back. You lose the keyboard function. You can't. You'd have to pull your phone out and do, which is kind of just like a Fitbit. If any of you guys out there use Fitbits, it's kind of like also with the Garmin watch, the generic kind of responses, but you lose the generic responses. Like it'll show, you'll be able to read the message, but when you click the reply, it wouldn't work. It won't. Nothing will pop up. Which I guess is pretty, but I mean, I've found myself, like, at work, this kid will text me, and I'll be like, well, I don't want to pull my phone out. Call you in 5 minutes. You know, it saved me a lot, you know?
Yeah.
I've responded to text. I've never taken a phone call on this watch, usually when somebody calls me, because I'm so used to being on my phone anyways, that if my phone rings, my phone's usually in my hand. Or if it's in my pocket and it rings, I look at my watch and be like, "Oh, somebody's calling," and then answer it on the the phone. Or what I do is I'm like, decline right from the watch.
and that's a good thing. That's a good point. Is that you know, especially when I was working, that's why I got a watch, was because a lot of people would call me. And I don't want to take out my phone because I'm at work and I could get in trouble. So I could just quickly glance at the watch and, you know. But yeah, I wanted to ask you, with now you having the Apple Watch, what are your thoughts on the watch faces compared to your Samsung?
That's a big Samsung absolutely destroys the watch face game, because by default, people can create their own watch faces. They have an entire watch face gallery right in the Galaxy Wearable app, where you can search, like if you're in law enforcement, want a thin blue line thing, just type in the search for watch faces, thin blue line, and you'll see user uploaded watch faces. I know Taylor made a video mentioning the Facer app.
Yep.
That's kind of the only thing that us Apple users have to user-made watch faces.
Yeah.
Because the Apple Watch app only has Apple supported, like, ones they've made.
Yeah.
Which kind of...
Or you can make, like, picture ones.
Yeah, or you can upload a picture, from your gallery, whatever, and kind of add whatever complications you want. But it's kind of not the same. Because, like, the thing with, like, Samsung created ones is you could download one that, like, it'll display your steps and your heart rate, it'll tailor, and you can do that with the Facer app too. Sometimes it'll have watch faces that'll show you your heart rate.
Yeah.
But I noticed with the Facer app is sometimes it's not 100% accurate. Sometimes you got to load up the Facer app and refresh the app, and then it'll refresh on the watch.
Yeah.
Like I've done that. Like I've had a watch face where it has
issue.
where it has the temperature and it says it's 78. Where my phone, the weather app on my phone is saying it's 82.
Yeah.
And then I'd go onto the Facer app and refresh my complications, and it would still say it's 78. So it's kind of like...
It's a hit or miss.
Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss. But for the most part, a lot of the apps that I use, I'm a minimalist anyways, so I don't like a bunch of junk on my watch screen.
Yeah.
I like being able to look at my wrist and be like, all right, my battery's at 70. Today's date, my activity rings, and the current time, because I have a analog or digital, an analog watch face. So sometimes if I don't want to sit there and be like, all right, look at the big hand, look at the small hand, all right, it's this time. I can just look over at the small world clock and be like, all right, it's 6:28.
Yeah.
Because I work in security, so sometimes I need the timestamp stuff when it happens or when I get the call. So that's why I just have it set up that way, and it's a system that works for me, and I like it. Right. That's kind of like that's what I like, and it's a stock. It's not a Facer thing. I have some Facer stuff on here, but I don't really use the app too much.
Yeah, I don't. I did that one video, and I went back to one of the stock Apple ones.
Yeah, you copied me actually. You had me send you over my watch face.
Yeah. But no, so there are some things that Apple and Android could learn from each other.
Yep.
I definitely think that Apple needs to learn how to let us customize more, and just have different options, more options. I definitely think. I'm not saying that what we have isn't enough, but there definitely could be more. I mean, if we have so much to choose from with these apps, why doesn't Apple already do that same thing with their own app? That's basically what I have to say. Is there anything else that you want to mention?
A big thing I wish Apple would do, and I'm not saying they don't do this, but I wish they would, listen to the everyday people who use their phones and watches.
Yes.
Take criticism from what we want and be like, all right, this is what a consensus of the Apple community wants. Let's, put out a beta update. Like they got iOS 16 beta that's dropping in September. The full release is coming in September.
Yep.
It's in beta right now. I wish they would be do stuff like that with I know they do betas for the Apple Watches, but I wish they would put small stuff that maybe the community wants, user-made watch faces.
Yeah, or, if they had something, and I don't know if they do or not. Let me know if they do in the comments. If they had a section on their site where they took requests from people on how to make their stuff better, and add what we wanted, as my friend Patrick's saying.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. Um, but again, let us know what you guys think. I think this is a long video right now as it is. So again, let us know what you guys think. If you guys have any other opinions, any questions for us, leave them down in the comment section. We hope you guys enjoy the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.